My research really focuses on developing new strategies and tactics to build really complicated molecules. The molecules that we pick, the motivation for them is driven by various different things. Very often it's biological activity as an endpoint, but in a more fundamental sense, we're interested in building structures that have no really great synthetic solution. The big picture goal is to develop new tools for chemists to build molecules. If you can build really complicated molecules, often that's a great testing point for synthetic methods. If they work in really complicated settings, often they work in more traditional settings that you might encounter, for example, in the pharmaceutical industry. More broadly, we're really interested in natural products that modulate protein-protein interactions. And that's really a big area of emphasis in the group. So several of the natural product classes we work on aren't really organized by structural type, for example, terpenes or alkaloids. They're more closely organized by their putative biological activity, which is almost always stabilizing or disrupting protein-protein interactions. And so these are often really good probes evolved by nature for that purpose, and synthetic chemistry can be used to refine and optimize those probes to really answer some big outstanding questions in the field of chemical biology. Right now, research in the group's really divided into 3 areas. We try to approach biologically active natural product scaffolds as a starting point for discovery science efforts. And so probably 50% of FDA-approved drugs in the last 70 years owe their origins in some way to natural products, either directly derivatives of natural products, inspired by the biology of natural products, or in some other way, are derived from natural product chemistry or biology. And so we like to look for complicated structures that have multiple different biological pathways that we might be able to interrogate if we could access those structures. And then we use synthetic chemistry to build not just the natural product, but usually non-natural compositions of matter that we think are going to be interesting. Students in my group will learn to come up with creative solutions to complex synthetic problems. Every project in my group requires at some point the development of a new reaction or a new method or a new strategy to overcome a hurdle in building complicated structures. And so we really like to think of ourselves as problem solvers. I would argue for students who join my group, if you can learn to build the types of molecules we work on, you can easily extend that in other directions. Once you know how to build structure, the question really becomes, what structures will you build? And I think that's a tool set you can take in any number of directions when you leave my group, whether it be to a postdoc or to academia or to industry. If you know how to build complicated structure and to control molecular structure, you're well positioned to answer any number of questions that require molecules to answer.